Nizar.
Stefan, with what happened in Mosul yesterday in the museum and the outrage of UNESCO about that, we noticed there's a pattern in destruction. This is not an isolated incident. It happened many times in the area, and it happened in Afghanistan. It happened in Saudi Arabia. There is an ideology behind that. What can the United Nations do in order to convince those who call for the destruction of cultural heritage to be or be made accountable for that? Is there anything the United Nations can
Well, I
do
think
that they haven't done?
it's a broad question. You're right; it's not an isolated incident. We've seen it very recently in Mali, in Iraq, in Syria, in Afghanistan. The Security Council itself was seized of the matter not too long ago when it passed a resolution which tried to ensure the stop to the illegal trafficking of looted items, because we know it's not only about destruction of larger items, it's also about the selling of the smaller items in order to fund terrorist organizations. It's very important that member states and all concerned do not participate in the traffic of these looted items. And as far as the ideology is concerned, I think this is something that was most recently discussed by the Secretary General of the Summit to Combat Violent Extremism. There needs to be a broad-based approach to combating extremist ideas.
There were reports about selling 10 Syrian artifacts, stolen artifacts in London recently in a public auction. What is the position of the United Nations?
Obviously, I think it is up to national authorities to keep a close eye on what's being sold in their countries, and museums, collectors, dealers have a responsibility not to fuel the market in stolen artifacts, which is in fact a way for fueling terrorism.
What's the responsibility of the UK authorities in this
Well,
case?
I don't know the particular case, but there is a Security Council resolution which lays out the responsibility of member states.
Thank you, Mr. President. My question is regarding the welfare of heritage, cultural heritage. No country in Asia or Africa did not suffer at one stage in its history from looting the heritage or destroying it, be it from China or Japan or down to South Africa. Now we are facing an ideology which allows or encourages destruction of cultural heritage, as what we witnessed in Mosul a couple of days ago. And this could happen in Libya, it happened in Mali, it can happen anywhere. What is the international community going to do to protect what's remaining of this cultural heritage that lasted thousands of years? And there was a call for the Security Council to take some action on this respect.
It is very clear that all members of the international community with a good conscience would defend the common cultural heritage of the international community. I don't think there is any ambiguity in the world. Now, as for the tragic things that happens, I just refer to the Security Council Resolution 2199, which condemned the destruction of cultural heritage. And that is a firm signal by the Security Council on this issue. As for what further the Security Council can do or other United Nations bodies can do, I think it is really for the members to decide. But I think there is no ambiguity in the firm opposition of the entire international community against destruction of the common heritage.
I mean, here you are a member, sorry, to follow a quick follow-up. You are a member of the P5, and of course you are instrumental in orienting the debate inside the Security Council. What would China call in this case, in your national capacity? What would you call to be taken action? Because there are a lot of museums in Libya, in other parts in Yemen, which are at risk from the same groups, from the same terrorists, and they are driven by an ideology which is taught in universities and in schools.
I think the Council resolution I referred to reflects the unanimous view of the Security Council. As for what further the United Nations Security Council can do, I think it's up for the members to decide what the Council can do.